Hey guys, thank you for watching Those Jerkies times 3. My name is Kenisa, and today what we're going to be doing is a review of the Instinct raw dog food. So first, before we get into the review, again I would like to say thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you guys for just tuning into our channel and watching it. It really means a lot to us. So while we're on that, I did want to maybe do a Q&A video to where if you guys want to get to know me a little bit better, or you had some questions about the dogs that I may not have answered in any of the previous videos, I would like to go ahead and do a fun little Q&A. So I want to do that, hopefully have it up by next Friday. This Friday is 18th, so Friday after that, which I'm not sure I'm not sure what day that is, but I want to have it up by next Friday. So if you have any questions you want to have for me, you want to get to know me better, if you want to get to know the dogs better, please ask them, and feel free to leave those questions in the comments below. Of course, you can also go onto our Instagram at Those Jerkies times 3 and message us on Instagram, or you can send me an email at thosejerkies times 3 at yahoo.com. Any of those three ways you can get those questions to me, and I will have a video up next Friday just answering all you guys' questions, and so you can get to know me a little better and get to know the dogs a little bit better. Another thing that I wanted to say is that I know the channel, the videos are kind of sporadic, so I'm really trying to get on a good schedule. Just this summer has been hectic with work and traveling and things like that, so it's been hard to get myself on a schedule. So I do want to get something that's a little bit more consistent so you guys can know when to look out for a video from us. So I'm thinking we're going to upload every Monday and Friday before noon. So every Monday and every Friday we'll have a video before noon. I'm saying this to you guys to hold myself accountable, so therefore when I don't feel like uploading a video, I'm like, no, I said I'm on a schedule and I'm going to upload it Monday and Friday. So please guys hold me accountable, because I do want to get on a consistent schedule, and it'll just help my life get in order as well. So those are the things I wanted to say. Q&A question next Friday. Don't forget to send us your questions via the comments, Instagram, or our Yahoo. And be on the lookout for our videos every Monday and every Friday before noon. Alright, so now we're going to get into the raw Instinct dog food. So to give you guys a little bit backstory on our dog food journey, I want to start off with just giving you the history of everything. So Marley is just obviously the first puppy I got. He has a bit of an issue with his stomach. He throws up a lot, and so it's always been a battle trying to find something that will soothe his stomach, or worrying that he's having issues with his stomach and going to different vets, trying to figure out why is he vomiting so much, what's going on. So I was on YouTube looking around a couple years ago, and I saw that a lot of people are making their dog food, and I'm like, that's a good idea, and you know, it's cost effective and it's affordable, so I said I would try it. So for the last year and some change, I have been making their food. I do have a video of how I did make their food, and I'll leave a link in the card. Was it this way? Well, there'll be a link up there. But anyways, so I started to make their food for about a year, and I was hoping to see some great change with Marley's stomach, and I was hoping for him not to be vomiting. And of course, I went over what I was putting in their food with the vet, and I also did add, every night for dinner, I would add salmon oil, a probiotic, and a multivitamin. So I did see a little bit of a difference. Before they were on homemade food, I did have them on Blue Buffalo. I think it was for the small breed, and then I switched him over to the homemade food. And in the beginning, I did see a bit of a change with Marley. I didn't see him throwing up as much. And another thing with Marley is he wouldn't eat his food, so his food would just be sitting out, and he would never eat it. So with the homemade food, he would eat it in one setting. Like as soon as I put it down, him and Zoe would eat, and he would be done. So I thought that would help, but I still noticed that he was throwing up and vomiting a lot. So I thought, okay, well maybe he's eating the food too fast. So I went ahead and got them both slow feeder bowls, and I was putting in there, and then I thought I saw a difference, but then he started throwing up again. Mind you, throughout this time, we're going to vets, trying to figure out exactly what's going on, and they're not really giving me a definitive answer. It's like, oh, he has upset stomach, oh, when this happens, feed him rice, oh, it could be this, oh, it could be that. And of course, testing can get so pricey. A lot of vets wouldn't even offer testing because they didn't really think it was an issue. So then fast forward, once I started making their homemade dog food, I went ahead and I put them on the Banfield Wellness Plan. and I spoke with the doctor about it then, or the vet, about his stomach issues, and it was the same thing. Oh, they're asking me what I was feeding him. I told them the diet that I had him on, which was the homemade food, and they said that everything that he needed was in the food and that it should be fine. And he was still throwing up. So eventually this Easter, I did vlog it. I dropped Marley off at Banfield for a drop-off appointment because he was having a bit of an upset stomach and he needed to get some shots, and he was licking his paw a lot. So, my poor puppy. So we went to Banfield, and they called us up and they wanted to let us know that they wanted to do a test on his pancreas. I think it was called a pancreatitis test. And so they had to do some blood work and everything. And thank God with Banfield, just a side note, I'm very thankful for the Banfield plan. I know some people have some horror stories, but I have nothing but positive things to say about Banfield because this testing, you guys know as well as I know, blood work and testing for dogs can get extremely expensive. Like, it can get pricey, and I've seen it get pricey for a lot of people. So with this plan, it was all covered. The blood work was covered. I didn't have to pay out of pocket because I'm already paying a monthly fee. So that's another good thing about Banfield is that those testings are included in your plan. Anyways, back to the subject. So they called us and let us know they wanted to do the pancreatitis test. So we went ahead and had that done, and the doctor let us know that his pancreas was enlarged, and we were like, oh God, no. And obviously I'm stressed out because I don't want anything. I want their health to be good. Obviously everybody wants their health for their dogs, their family, their kids to be good. So he told us that it was a pancreatitis issue. His pancreas was enlarged, so they wanted to put him on a special low-fat diet. And in my mind, I'm thinking, well, the diet I have him on is low-fat. So I was like, But I was like, I'll try the food out. So it's actually a medicated food. So when I go to PetSmart, I should have brought that card up here. He has a little prescription card. And I cannot buy that food unless I have this prescription card on me. It's not a game. Like, they want to be like, oh, I remember you from last time. You can go ahead and get his food. They don't do that. So, went ahead and got the card, got his food, and was giving him, they have a soft food version and a hard food version. I already know that Marley's not a fan of hard food. So, I did put him on the soft food version, and it was a chicken and rice formula with carrots and green beans. Pretty much similar to what I was making, which is chicken, rice, carrots, green beans, and sweet potatoes. So, got him on that. And it made a world of a difference. Like, he rarely ever throws up. He's good to go. The food, he loves the food. So, I'm thankful for that food. And so, in the process of doing that, I thought, well, I want my dogs, obviously, to be healthy. All of my dogs. But I kind of went to that homemade food route for Marley because of his stomach issues. And when I was doing the homemade route, I saw Instinct Raw, and I wanted to try it, but I was like, no, let me just keep everybody on the homemade food because I know that that's better for Marley, and Zoe and Bailey love it. So when Marley was offered the homemade food, then I thought, well, I've been looking at the Instinct Raw, saw some good reviews on it, so I was like, why not give it a try? Because the girls will eat anything. Like, Marley's more of a picky. He has to smell it first. You got to break it in half. Let him sniff it. The girls would just scarf it down. So I thought, well, let me just try Instinct Raw on my girls and see how they like it. And of course they loved it. So I went with the Instant Raw small breed cage-free chicken recipe for my girls. And not too many complaints. They loved it. It says on the back of the package, it says real food is raw, protein packed with cage-free chicken, all natural, nothing artificial, minimally processed, whole food ingredients, made with real chicken and non-GMO vegetables and fruits, pure raw ingredients closest to their natural state. Our ingredients are frozen at their peak and never cooked in order to preserve their nutritional integrity. And it says it's perfectly tailored for small breeds. And what are the ingredients? So, of course, a lot of people say when you're looking at ingredients for your dog, you want to look for something where the first ingredients, like the first 5, are real food or something that you understand. So the first few ingredients for Instinct Raw is chicken liver, chicken heart, beets, and then we have tricalcium phosphate, apples, pears, sweet potatoes, peas, pumpkin seeds, salmon oil, ground flaxseed, cod liver oil, and so on and so forth. So it does, and it obviously it's a lot of what I put, because I do put flaxseed in there their food. It's a lot of what I was putting in their food for the girls, so it's pretty much the same thing. And it comes in these little you probably can't see that, these little tiny kibbles, and they're frozen. I have to keep it in the freezer, so usually I have to let their food set out for about 30 minutes before they eat it. And it's frozen, and they absolutely love it. I have no real complaints about the Instinct Raw. The formula is great. It hasn't done anything bad to their stomachs. The girls enjoy it. Now, the complaint that I do have is the pricing. And I know that if you want good dog food, you're going to have to pay for it. But this food is extremely expensive for me, especially when compared to what I make. So for this bag, it is about $27. I think with my Pet Perks card, I get it for like $24.99, or maybe it's more than $27 and I get it for, maybe it's $30 and I get it for $27. I either paid $27 or $24 for this bag. This bag with only 2 little Yorkies, Zoe and Bailey eat it, and Marley eats his medicated food, his prescription food. And Zoe gets 1/4 cup and 2 tablespoons, and she eats that twice a day. And Bailey gets 1/4 cup and 1 tablespoon. This bag only lasts me maybe 4 to 5 days, with 2 girls eating twice a day on those amounts. And that can get a little pricey. So that's really like $30 every 5 days on their food. When I'm looking at the food, it's exactly what I was making for them, except I cook it, obviously. So I'm like, I don't know, for me, if it's worth it. I'd rather cook it, because for this week of food, I can get, because I have decided to go ahead and go back and start cooking their food again, because it's just more cost effective for me. But for $30, I went to Costco and I got the chicken packs, and it's 6 packs of chicken. So that's, every pack is a week's worth of chicken for the girls for $14. Then I was able to buy 6 packs of carrots, 6 packs of green beans, 6 packs of chicken hearts, because I do add chicken hearts in their food, and 6 packs of the already cut up sweet potatoes. And they were all like $1 each. And I spent about $30, and the difference is, the difference is that $30 that I'm gonna cook will last me. Oh, and I also added brown rice. And I already have flax seeds, ground flax seeds I put in their food. Anyways, that $30 that I spent on their food will last me about 6 weeks, versus this $30 that I spent on their food that lasts me 5 days. So for me, it's no complaint with Instinct Raw. The formula is good. The dogs love the food. I don't have any real complaints on the food. It's just, for me, the pricing and the bag size. Maybe if it was, I understand that with organic foods, and when they, do it cage free and all these different types of things, that it's gonna cost more. I get it. But for me, the size of this bag and the price of it, it just doesn't quite add up. So, this is an amazing dog food. And if you don't have time to make the food, because I will say another reason why I did want to put them on this food is because making the food can be time consuming. It takes me about an hour, and you have to just plan that out every week. Like, okay, once a week, about an hour or so, maybe a little bit more than a week. Maybe I can get away with about 7 days. So pretty much once a week, not 5 days a week like this, but 7 days. Anyways, you have to plan, okay, I need to take a good hour or so out of my day to make the dog's food, because you can't forget, obviously. So if you don't have the time, or if it's just easier for you to just pick up and go, I would definitely recommend Instinct Raw. But if you have the time and you want to save a lot of money, you know what I'm saying? Because if I'm doing that, my math is bad, y'all. 5 times 3 is 15. So I add a 0 to that. Is that $130 a month? Okay, I think it's about $100 and something a month that I'm spending on dog food for the girls. That is a lot, especially with a lot of other things that I do with them. So for me, it's just more cost effective and more economically friendly for me to just make their food. So like I said, in their food, I do put the same ingredients. I do the chicken hearts, I do chicken legs, boneless, skinless, brown rice. I put 2 eggs in there, sweet potatoes, green beans, carrots, and like I said, I'll leave a link in the cards above. So final conclusions when it comes to Instinct Raw. The food is amazing. I would definitely recommend it if you don't want to make your dog food. If you would like to do this, go for it. For me, it's just too expensive because I have 3 dogs. And then with Marley's canned food, I just want to throw this in there. It's about, if I get a big can of food, if I get the big can, it's about, what, $3 and some odd a can. Then if I get the small can, it's like 75 cents. So, you know, with Marley and the girls' food, it'll just get into much. So if you want to make, if you have time for this, or if you don't have time to make their food, I would go with Instinct Raw. But if you have time, I would definitely save your money and just make their food. And you really have peace of mind because you really know exactly what is going into their food. This is just my personal opinion when it comes to Instinct Raw. Amazing food, amazing brand. If you want to do it. If not, I would definitely recommend going the homemade route. I wouldn't recommend kibble. I know that there's some good kibble and some people love kibble for their dog, but for me personally, I like to see them eating more so real food than little brown kibbles every day. So it makes me just feel better, and I think it's just a healthier meal for them personally. And some people don't agree, and some people love their kibble, and that's great. You know, no judgment here. It's just what I like to do personally for my dogs. So that's everything that I have today on the review of the Instinct Raw. Obviously, me personally, I am going back to making the girls' food, and I will keep Marley on the prescription food. If anything changes, I'll definitely let you guys know and let you guys know why it changed. So this is just what I'm going to do from going forward, is make their food again. So that's everything that I have today on the Instinct Raw review and the pros and cons of it. Definitely thank you for watching those Yorkies ×3. Please do not forget to send in your questions if you have any. I look forward to reading you guys' messages and getting ready to answer your questions so you can get to know me a little bit better and get to know the dogs a little bit better. Please do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. Bye, guys.